Uh, Good afternoon. This is Dividend Coffee, and this will be recording or video number 6. I think it's probably been titled something like "Don't Panic, Mr. Jones." If you look at my returns, they're now at £31 and 03 pence, and they're a minus. And the reason for this is that one of my stock that I hold just went down very sharply. So let's have a look into this. And before I do that, if I can just remind everybody that if they would subscribe, I'm an old age pensioner, I'd be very appreciative of it. And if they could ring the bell, I think that helps some way. And if anybody would like to leave some comments, please feel free to leave some comments. So let's have a look at why I'm doing this 2 weeks early. It's because something's actually happened in the stock market today. And for some reason, I don't really know the reason, so I can't really speculate on what the problem was. But if we look at the today, the line that I have there is the line that I make a profit on. If the graph is above that line, I make a profit. If it's below that line, I make a loss. And currently I'm £9.56 down. I think it was about £12 earlier on. And but there's been this massive drop off today for no apparent reason. So I think I'll use that famous term from Dad's Army, and that's "Don't panic, Mr. Jones." And in effect, it's a very true saying, and it seems like it's starting to come back up a bit now. But when everybody is selling out, and some, I'm sure, have lost quite a lot of money by selling out because they saw that it was dropping off very fast. And what I did was I had the opposite approach. So if we just go down to history, when I noticed that it was falling very fast, I decided that it had gone below my dotted line, and that anything below that line, if I bought in it, I'd make a profit on if it goes up above the line. So I first of all bought in 25 shares at 54.6 pence, and so the order quantity was 25 shares. And I tend to do that. So when I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, how far things are going to drop, I don't buy in a lot of shares. What I tend to do is buy in a small amount of shares. And at this point, Lloyd's is quite a large amount of my portfolio. So normally I wouldn't even actually buy any more shares into it. But I thought this was just too good an opportunity not to. So when everybody else was panicking and selling, I thought I'd start to buy. So I bought in at 54.6, and then I waited for a while and noticed that it just continued to drop. So later on today, I bought another 53 shares, and I bought those in at 53 pence. So I think I had a fairly good deal on that, and stamp duty of 15 pence. So yeah, I thought it a very good deal. So that increased my shareholdings to 681.5 shares. So I thought, from my perspective, even if it didn't go up for a while, which I think, I don't think it will. I think it'll go up a lot quicker than some may think. I think it'll back up 55 quite soon. And that's just my opinion. I may be wrong, but even if it's not, even if it takes quite a while to get back up, and Lloyd's give a nice dividend yield of 5.41%. So even if it took a long time, they're going to eventually go ex-dividend in 2025. So I'll just wait for that, and with the amount of shares that I have, I should make quite a nice dividend on that. So either way, I think from my perspective, being a very, very small investor, I think it's a win-win. Of course, if you go back up to and look at the £32.81 that I'm currently down at the moment, for some young investors that might be quite a shock, and some may have just sold out of Lloyd's thinking that they don't want to make, or they don't want their loss to go any higher. And but I think you have to have that realistic concept of the stock market, that stocks do go up and they do fall off quite quickly when they do. And as long as you're prepared for that and you just see it as a figure, then it shouldn't be really a massive concern. But also, it is interesting that that Lloyds Bank was doing very well earlier. It was like, if you look at the graph for today, it was, or even the weekly graph, it had been above 55 for quite a while this week, and then this massive big drop off today, and I'm sure there's some news or something that made people want to sell out of it very quickly. But I think sometimes that sometimes when things like this happen, if I was way above my my 55 points, so if it was up like 62 and it started to drop off, and I knew I had that sort of leeway and I could see it dropping off fast, maybe I would have sold out at that point, still made a profit, and waited for it to go below the 55 and then bought back in. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy with what the decision that I made. I think it's quite logical as well. And so my approach is that if it stays low for a while, I should continue to make a profit, and as it slowly goes back up, and that's not a concern. Eventually, I believe it'll go above 55. I think realistically it should be around about the 62, if not higher mark, and that's just my point of view, a novice investor. So we'll just have to wait and see. But even if it stays low for quite a while, it will eventually go ex-dividends. So that that 5.41 dividend yield seems very good to me. It's a lot better than you'd get interest on £364 in a bank account anyway. So I think from my perspective at the moment, I think this is, to a lot of people, this might be not so good, but from my perspective, I just see this as maybe I look at things slightly different, and I just see this as a win-win position. So we'll have to see how it goes over the next couple of weeks and see if it how long it takes for it to come back up, and go from there. But I decided to do this video today. It's going to be about 2 weeks early, so you'll see this in about 2 weeks time. And the reason why I decided to do it today was because everything's happened today, so I thought if I don't record it now, then it would be pointless. So I think I'll probably name this video "Don't Panic, Mr. Jones from Dad's Army." I think it's very apt for such a video. And but there's the reality of being and having a portfolio within the stock market. You have good times when everything goes up and you make a profit, and you have times when things all go down and seemingly you make a loss. And but as long as that's not a realized loss, then that's fine. And you have to expect it. And I've only got an investment of £945. So if I had an investment of, say, £10,000, then that's 32 figure you have to times by 10. So it would look like you had a massive loss, but in effect that's the way the stock market actually works. So it's good to build up a portfolio very slowly, I think, and learn as you build it up. And I've learned an awful lot so far as well, and I don't think you're ever going to stop learning with this sort of thing. But it's I think it's going to be, I'll consider it a interesting hobby. And I'm sure that people that take this more serious probably think that my approach is probably not that good. So please don't take any investment advice off me. I think it would probably lead to a disaster. I'm only doing this for a little bit of fun, see if I can make enough money in a year to get 12 dividend coffees. Well, in 2025 now, it'll be 52 coffees from Witherspoons. Just the other thing, I might as well show this right now because I thought it was a fun thing to do. I've actually purchased a Witherspoons share, so hopefully Witherspoons will help pay for my coffee. So I thought I do this more out of a bit of fun than anything else. I think it's probably not a very good practical thing to do, to be honest, because the dividend yield is only 2.05. So but if you look at the 3-monthly or the yearly view, at the moment Witherspoons are really at rock bottom. So the share price was up in the 800s at some point this year. So I thought maybe it's a good time to buy in, and maybe in the future they may go up a little bit and I might make a little bit of money out of it. Either way, it'll be nice that they'll provide me per year with a 2% dividend towards my coffee. So it's Witherspoons I go to have my coffees. So and to be honest, I think it's a wonderful company, and I think that if you look at their finances as well, they're doing very, very well. And according to this, they have a 2.04 billion revenue stream. So, and what was their yeah, the net income is 48.79 million. So yeah, that seems rather good to me. And I know very little about it at the moment, but it seems pretty good. So yes, I've invested in Witherspoon's. So maybe Mr. Witherspoon's, his company will help pay for my coffees, which would be extremely nice of him. And I think he's a great chap. He's very considerate to pensioners, and you know, there's an awful lot in the daytime of pensioners that go in there and buy a coffee or buy some dinner. So yeah, it's all good. So but that's all I really have to discuss in this video. Basically, don't panic, Mr. Jones. Shares go up and you make money, and in this case today my shares have gone down and I'm now £31.73 down on my shares, but again, as long as I don't sell them, I should be fine. And yes, but please, I don't have any subscribers really at the moment. I think I've got one. So if you'd be generous enough, if you've watched this video, I don't think I get many people to actually watch the videos. So if you could pass the video on to your friends or etc., and that would be very helpful. And apparently I need to get 1,000 views. No, 1,000 subscribers, sorry, 1,000 subscribers. If I get 1,000 subscribers, a matter of fact, YouTube apparently will help as well pay for my coffees by paying me a little tiny bit of money that I can invest in shares, and should help pay for hopefully help pay for some coffees for me. But that means getting up to 1,000 subscribers, and I've got one at the moment. So but yes, if anybody would like to subscribe, I think you ring the bell for some reason. I don't know why, but there's a bell to ring. And anybody would like to leave comments, feel free. I'm not very, I don't even know how to do the comments section, to be honest, at the moment. I'm not new at it. So you just see how we go. So and I'm doing this all on my mobile phone. So I've just got, it's just easy for me. Wherever I am, I can just create a video at any point in time and space. And yeah, oh, it's gone. I'm now at £32 down, so it's getting worse. I wonder if it'll ever stop. But yeah, so I'm using the phone to do my videos on. It's more like I'm trying to think of this more like a podcast without discussing my shares, as opposed to talking to somebody else. But yeah, that's all for today. And if anybody has listened this far, thank you very much for listening. And I hope it just, and if you could subscribe, and then I think YouTube will tell you when my videos come out. If you follow me, then you can see whether I make a loss by the end of the year, or whether I make a profit and get to have free 52 weeks a year of free coffee. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. So, but it should be interesting, and this is a journey which should be absolutely fascinating to see how I do, and I'm interested to see how I do as well. I have no idea how I'm going to do. So anyway, I'll stop at this point because I'm just waffling. And thank you all very much for listening in. And see you in video number, I think this is video number 6. I'll see you in video number 7. Bye for now.